I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark a brain that will change the world.
The South Bronx is a region of the New York City borough of the Bronx. It strictly refers to the southwestern portion of the borough and should not be confused with the Southern Bronx. It is famous as home of Yankee Stadium, birthplace of hip-hop music and culture. Since the late 1980s, parts of the South Bronx have experienced urban renewal with rehabilitated and brand new residential structures, including both subsidized multi-family townhomes and apartment buildings. Many of the newer residents are of the lower income strata who've been displaced from other low income sections of the city. Born in the South Bronx due to a higher birth rate or from immigrants from Latin America and the Caribbean, primarily Dominican and Jamaican. This is because a significant percentage of New York City's affordable housing is being built in the South Bronx. Since the late 90s, the South Bronx has been home to a grassroots art scene. The art scene that sprouted at the Fashion Moda Gallery, founded by a Vietnamese artist, Stephen Ians, helped ignite the careers of artists like Keith Harling and Jenny Holzer, and 1980s breakdancers like the Rocksteady Crew. It generated enough enthusiasm in the mainstream media for a short while to draw the art world's attention. Its population is increasing. Although strides have been made since the days of Austin, the South Bronx is still a long way from a real recovery. It is the poorest congressional district in the country and contains over half of the Bronx housing projects. Almost 50% of the population lives below the poverty line. Drug trafficking, gang activity, and prostitution are all still common problems throughout the South Bronx. Its precincts records the highest violent crime rates in the city and are all NYPD impact zones. And as you can see from the picture now being demonstrated of the South Bronx in the early 1980s, we needed help from the beginning to make a better change in our environment and around us. From the houses, the schools, to the environment, to the things that surround us that affected our kids, to the city, to the developments, to the increase in population that overflooded the South Bronx. And as we went through history and time, we made a growth and a statement for our borough, and to make a betterment of ourselves today for the South Bronx. And as you can see, better schools, more community activity, more housing environments, more low-income housing for our residents and senior citizen homes, more community parks, more baseball fields, more activities for the kids, for the community, for people to grow into in the South Bronx, to make a better and brighter and bigger future for us to live in. And as you can see from the changes, from the train stations, to the people walking, to the environment, to the snow, the South Bronx is increasing, and we are getting better in our community and understanding as people. And it is even getting better throughout the presidential elections of people looking to change our environment. And from the cars and from the cities and the structures and everything that supported and surrounded us, the cars, the housing, you can tell the South Bronx is now making a betterment in our environment. We are looking better in our community housing, but it doesn't stop there. There are still more things for us to strive for the South Bronx and our community to be one of New York's finest, and where it all rests is the birthplace of hip-hop. And as you can see from the Central Square, to the community, to the activities, to the places, to the recreation, to the Section 8, to the community, to the housings, we are looking for a brighter future. More homes, more cars, more employment, more people, more environment, more land. Let's make a better place out of our environment, and it starts with us. And this picture preview is just a demonstration of some of the things you will see from the past of the South Bronx to the future, and we have a lot more to strive to get to make this a better place. And from the buildings, from the cars, from the street signs to the corners, you can see the changes being made in the South Bronx.